There comes a moment when you visualize the life you want, when you've felt it so clearly, so deeply, that it's no longer a wish, it's a knowing. And then, something surprising happens. You're told to do nothing. Neville Goddard, one of the most profound metaphysical teachers of the 20th century, left us with this paradoxical truth. Do nothing after this, and watch how it all falls into place. At first it sounds strange. How can we do nothing when everything we've been taught says we have to make it happen? Take action, work hard, hustle. Isn't that how life works? But what if that very effort, that tension, is the thing holding your desire at a distance? What if the real power isn't in doing, but in allowing? In this video, we'll explore the deeper meaning behind Neville's words, why the inner world creates the outer, and how the most transformative step might be the one where you simply let go. In Neville Goddard's teachings, everything begins and ends in imagination. He called it the only reality, because to him, imagination wasn't just daydreaming, it was creation. When you vividly imagine a scene, and more importantly, feel it as true, you are moving into that reality. You are stepping into a state of being, one where what you desire is already yours. That moment when you stop hoping and start knowing is the moment of creation. It's not about seeing physical results right away. It's about experiencing the internal shift, when your desire no longer feels distant, but familiar, not something you want, but something you are. That shift is everything. Neville often said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, because once you assume it, really feel it, you've impressed it onto the subconscious, and the subconscious is the builder of your world. You don't have to figure out the how. You don't have to make it happen with willpower, because the deeper part of you, the one connected to all life, already knows the path. Creation, then, it's not about effort. It's a moment, a choice, a quiet inner movement that says, it is done. And once that moment has occurred, there is nothing more to do, except to remain faithful to that feeling, to rest in the knowing that the seed has been planted, and that life, by its very nature, will bring it to bloom. The world teaches us to act, to chase, to strive, to do. From the moment we're born, we're conditioned to believe that results only come through effort, that if we want something, we must earn it, through struggle, through sacrifice, through relentless doing. But what if that belief is the very thing keeping your desire away? Neville Goddard understood this trap, the compulsion to act from fear, not faith. Most people imagine their desire once, and then immediately panic. They doubt, they worry. They start watching the outside world, looking for evidence, and when they don't see it, they assume it didn't work. So what do? They try to force it. They hustle harder. They fall back into old patterns, trying to control what was never theirs to control. But here's the paradox. Every action taken from a place of lack, from the belief that I don't have it yet, only reinforces that lack. It tells your subconscious, I am still waiting. I am not there yet. And so it holds you there. Neville didn't say, do nothing, because action is bad. He said it because compulsive action, driven by fear or doubt, keeps you out of alignment with your assumption. True creation doesn't come from force, it comes from faith, from knowing that what you have assumed in consciousness will unfold in time, naturally, inevitably. So the next time you feel the urge to fix, to prove, to make it happen, pause. Ask yourself, am I acting from the state of the wish fulfilled, or from the fear that it hasn't happened yet? Because the state you occupy is the reality you will live. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps more people discover these ideas. And if you're enjoying this journey into the mysteries of the mind, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the video. Once you've assumed the feeling of your wish fulfilled, The question becomes, how do you live each day? Neville Goddard called this living from the end. Imagine you've already arrived at your desired reality. You're not someone who wants success. You are success. Not someone who wishes for abundance. You are abundant. When you live from the end, you carry the inner conviction, the emotional reality of your fulfilled desire, no matter what the outer world looks like. Living from the end isn't pretending. It's recognizing that your inner state precedes and shapes your outer world. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are like seeds. If you water the seed of already realized, you nurture that reality into manifestation. Let's break it down. Adopt the feeling state. Ask yourself, if my desire were already true, how would I feel right now? Maybe you'd feel peace, gratitude, excitement, or deep calm. Allow yourself to fully experience that feeling in your body. Feel it in your chest, your breath, your posture. Embody the identity. Who are you in that fulfilled reality? If you've manifested abundance, you speak, move, and choose like someone who already has financial freedom. If you've manifested radiant health, you walk, breathe, and eat as a healthy person does. Every small choice, your words, your gestures, your self-talk, reflects that identity. Respond, don't react. External events will come, some pleasant, some challenging. When something doesn't match your vision, instead of reacting with panic or frustration, respond from your assumed state. You might say inwardly, I know this is part of my story, and it ultimately serves me. By responding rather than reacting, you maintain alignment. You're no longer a leaf tossed by every breeze of circumstance. You're rooted, anchored in the reality you've chosen. Notice how this feels in everyday moments. When your alarm rings, instead of dreading the day, you say in your mind, I welcome today as one more step toward my fulfilled life. When you check your inbox and see nothing new, instead of worrying, you remind yourself, all is well. My desire is already mine. Every moment becomes an opportunity to reinforce your state of being. Living from the end is not a one-time event. It's a practice, a gentle, ongoing commitment to your inner world. And here's the beautiful paradox. As you live in that state, no longer chasing, no longer trying to prove, you become magnetic. Whatever or whoever belongs in your fulfilled reality flows naturally to you. So today, carry yourself as the fulfilled version of you. Speak to yourself with the language of completion. I already have. I am already that. In doing so, you create a ripple effect. Your inner world reshapes the outer, effortlessly. Now comes the most delicate part of all, letting go. Not of the desire, but of the need to control how or when it happens. This is where many lose faith. They look around and say, nothing's changed. And in that moment, they abandon the state and fall back into the old self. But Neville's message was clear. Your only job is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then let it unfold. That unfolding may take a day, a week, or longer. It may come in ways you don't expect, but it always comes. Creation is finished. Everything you desire already exists in the unseen. You don't need to build the bridge. You only need to stay in the state, and the bridge will appear beneath your feet, one step at a time. This is not laziness. It is mastery. It's the discipline of inner stillness, the courage to stop checking, stop doubting, stop needing evidence. You are not the doer. You are the allower, the one who receives with quiet certainty, because you have already accepted it as real within. So when Neville says, do nothing and watch how it all falls into place, he's not telling you to abandon life. He's inviting you to live from a deeper truth, to trust your imagination more than your senses, to know that your assumption, firmly held, is more powerful than all your effort. So, imagine, feel, and let go. Then sit back and smile when it begins to unfold exactly as you assumed, or even better, because it always does. If this message resonated with you and you'd like to explore more ideas like this, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. What reality are you ready to receive by simply letting go? See you in the next video.